You know, God said rest, man. It's just trying to obey Him.
It's a good word. It's a good word. Well, let's jump right into it. We got some Twitter questions from the audience.
Of course.
So first up, we got from Matt Crumb. Where's Matt at? Okay, Matt. There we go. He wants to know, what's your funniest memory from the Anomaly tour? And he also says the DMV rock.
Oh, thank you. Funniest memory. There's so many of them. Funniest memory from the Anomaly tour. Oh my gosh. It definitely, it's probably going to be Andy falling off the stage.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
There's plenty of memes and videos of that online if you want to see that. It happened in Phoenix, so you can Google Andy Mineo falling off stage, Phoenix. He was right in the middle of his verse. It was the funny part, he was just so intense. He was like really intense with it, and he just missed a step and just fell off in mid-sentence.
The spotlight on him, he just fell.
The spotlight, I mean, everyone had their cameras out filming. It was just the perfect. I try to tell him, man, you know, I've been doing this a little while. You gotta pace yourself, you know, and you have to look down when you're walking around and stuff like that. So.
It's a humbling experience, though.
Definitely.
That's good. All right, next up we've got from Angie, AMC Lindsay 8. There we go. What do you usually do after a show / performance?
What do I usually do after a show? Sweat. Yeah, sweat. Usually it's like we try to wind down. It's really hard to wind down after the adrenaline's pumping and everything else. So, you know, you get back to the bus and you'll eat and you'll try to wind down and you look at the clock and it's like 1 a.m. and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to bed. But I'm still amped up from the concert. So it's just, you know, try to find some way to wind down, watch a very boring movie or something like that. Something along those lines.
Just continue lounging.
Yeah.
It's a good way to go. All right, next up we've got from Mackenzie Underwood. Where's Mackenzie at? Woo! Excited. What inspired you to start rapping and writing music?
What inspired me? I grew up all over the USA. I lived in California, Texas, Colorado, and in all those different places I was exposed to family members who loved rap and loved hip hop. And my cousins in particular, they were really big fans of it, and they would always play their records in the house. We all kind of stayed in my grandmother's house, and they would play their records all the time. And they would just, you know, always playing records and playing hip hop music around me, and I just really started to gain a passion for it, and I started just loving what I was hearing. And then I thought that I could impress girls if I could rap. And so I think I was about 11 and I wrote my first rap. You know, it didn't work, but I was determined, and I've been at it ever since. So I finally got married, so I guess it paid off.
That's a good start. It all came around full circle. Scott Niehoff, where you at?
Here.
I said that right. There's Scott. All right. Wants to know, do secular artists want to collaborate with you, and how are they touched by God through that experience?
Oh man, that's one of my favorite kind of ways I feel like God has been using me as of late, is really just helping me to engage culture and to be a light in a very dark world. You know, at the end of the day, I think sometimes we look at the media and we'll look at stars or celebrities and see them as kind of otherworldly, and they're just people. You know, like you and I, they're our cousins, our neighbors, you know, the people we work with or go to school with, and it's just building relationships and having conversations, and they really respect me. You know, they really respect what I stand for, so they never want to do anything disrespectful. It's almost funny sometimes. It's almost like they think I'm an alien. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just kind of like, they're like, so what are you made out of? You know what I mean? It's just like, you drink some water, it's like, can you drink, is that holy water? Right, so they're watching every little thing you do, they have questions, some of them, you know, and what I think most of them walk away from more than anything is, I always get a chance to just testimonially share the gospel, because they'll have questions about my life and what I think about them or what I think about certain things, and I'm able to share with them that it's not about me living a perfect life, it's about me trusting in someone who's lived a perfect life. And it really breaks down these walls and these barriers, and they're able to kind of see like, wow, you're a Christian, but you're human, and you admit your flaws, and you talk to me like I'm a person and not at me. And it's really just, I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you the walls that have been broken down, and people just want to have more conversations and talk more and ask more questions. And it's been a beautiful thing.
That's amazing. And I know, I mean, obviously the purpose and, what you've been going through and the opportunities you had because of your career, exactly like you said, is to shine a light. But, I mean, you're human, we're all human, hopefully. Everybody's
human.
Somebody
I see you animals.
Have you had at least one moment where you genuinely, for lack of a better term, fangirled when you saw somebody?
So I was invited to Michael Jordan's birthday party. And, I played it cool. You try to get in there, you're like, hey man, listen, they're just people, you know what I mean? And we're just gonna go in here, and we're just gonna, I'm gonna say hello to people, introduce myself, and, just be cool and cordial. And I was standing, one of my friends of mine, he introduced me to Michael Jordan, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And I played it really cool. I thought I did a good job. But after I looked up from MJ, I noticed that I was surrounded by Kobe and LeBron and like Chris Paul, and I was just like, oh yeah! It's just kind of like surreal, like you just like, this is real right now. This is real. This is really happening.
So you really broke it down. You're like, all right, next up we got from Courtney Thompson. Where's Courtney? Woo! There's Courtney. We know where you are. Where's one place you would like to perform that you have not been?
Tokyo, Japan. I want to go to Japan so bad. I collect vinyl toys, so I love little, Do you really?
Yeah.
You do something about you, man. Well, I like the vinyl toys. So I love vinyl toys, man, I just know they have some of the coolest ones over there, and just love the culture over there. Would love to go to Tokyo. So if you got some friends in Tokyo, tell them to book me. I do the show for free.
Who knows, that could happen. Somebody might hear it. You might have that connection, you never know. All right, next up we got from Sarah Elizabeth.
Oh my God! That's you! That's you! Oh my gosh, she called your name.
That was beautiful. She wants to know, what did your teenage life look like, and what advice would you give to our generation of teens?
Man, being a teenager, I think I was so concerned with everyone else's thoughts. So concerned about identity and fitting in and being accepted, and man, that really made me make a lot of bad decisions. When you live to be accepted by people, you live to be embraced, you will compromise who you are, your values, your morals, sometimes in order to be embraced or to fit in. And I think everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to be accepted. But once you give your life to Jesus, you're accepted by the Creator of everyone, right? You have all the acceptance you'll ever need. And I think I would fight for people to realize that and grab a hold to that reality, that, most of us in here do not know who our great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmothers are. We don't know what kind of car they drove, if they were the captain of the football team, if they were cheerleaders, or if they were popular. We don't know anything about them, and we probably don't care. I guarantee you no one's lost sleep just thinking, I wonder what they did. And one day you're going to be someone's great-great-grandmother or grandfather, and no one's going to care that you were popular or that you were accepted. No one's going to care. It's not going to make a difference. But what's going to matter for eternity is that you live the life that God called you to live. That's going to matter forever. That would be my challenge. That would be my, I know it's hard, it's difficult, but you got to continue to feed yourself truth and not believe the lies that everyone else is trying to feed you in order to find acceptance, value.
Amen. That's a tough culture. Goes without saying. Good grief. All right, next up we've got from Chelsea Dortch. Where's Chelsea at? She's not excited. She's not even here.
She's just embarrassed of her question. She doesn't identify herself.
She's really embarrassed. It's a good question though. I mean, what song off Anomaly is your favorite?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Pick one.
You know, it changes all the time. I think the album is really my whole life story, so it's kind of like there's pieces of it that you know, are tough. But I would say Good, Bad, Ugly is my favorite song right now because it symbolizes how free I am, you know, how liberated I am. To me, to be able to confess and expose some deep, dark stuff that's happened in my life just shows you how healed I am. You know what I mean? So I've said this before, but don't be ashamed of your scars, because the scars that you have from all the wounds are the evidence that you've been healed. And some people need to see those scars because they have some open wounds right now that they don't believe can be healed. And by you being able to say, listen, I've got some jacked up stuff that's happened to me, but I know God has healed me, and I don't mind telling you about it, gives a lot of people a sense of freedom and hope, and that's why that song's my favorite.
Correct me if I'm wrong, is that the song that before the album came out, you had to call your mom?
Yes.
Tell her.
Yes. I had to say, Mom,
I remember listening to it and being like, oh my goodness.
Mom, I'm going to talk about some stuff on this song that I don't think I've even talked to you about. She was like, what? So, it was tough.
It's powerful. Very cool. All right, next up we got from Thomas Long. Right.
My man.
There we go. What do you feel is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment. It's good. It's a good question. It's tough. I feel like every day I wake up and live with integrity and fight the good fight is a successful moment. I want to finish well. I want to finish the end of my life saying, you know, I fought it and I finished well. All the accolades and all those things are, man, you know, thank God for them. But man, just to be who God has called me to be, to me that's successful. Because success isn't really like, success is getting done what you were supposed to do. And I know God has given me a role and a responsibility, and that's what I'm supposed to do. So until that's done, until I've raised my kids and, you know, finished being a great husband to my wife and, you know, impacted culture with how he's called me to do it, I don't think I'm finished. So, yeah.
Good one, Thomas. Thank you. This is not a question, but real quick. Can you tell us about the Say I Won't video contest? Because I love watching that kind of thing. Tell us about that.
So, the Say I Won't video contest, right? It started with my team at Reach kind of wanted to like say, what if we got people to just do crazy things? Like, how cool would that be? And I was like, okay, you know, it's not, you know, it's fun. But then we had just got together and we thought, man, you know, we're living in some serious times, you know, both in America and abroad. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And though we do need a laugh and a break, I think we also need to see a picture of sincerity and altruism and giving and helping and serving. And so I just kind of led off with doing some stuff. It was still silly, but it was like giving back. And I lost all my rewards in heaven because I showed everybody what I was doing. But it's so good. But everyone followed suit, which was amazing. You know, people started doing like Say I Won't videos, all like serving people and helping people and loving people. And it just became this like big phenomenon. It was so cool to see. And you know, the first place winner, man, it was a beautiful thing. First place winner, African American kid from out in the DMV, and he went to a police station and he encouraged all the police officers in spite of everything that was going on in our society. And man, it was just beautiful to see, man. And it's just a picture of how, you know, Christ can transform us and help us to love in spite of everything that's going on.
Yeah, that video, we just watched his little stock on Twitter and Instagram. That was powerful.
Yeah.
It's really cool that he did that. You guys excited to watch Lecrae tonight on the stage? Thank you for the lounge mode. It's going to be exciting that at 11 p.m. as we hit the stage.
You guys better turn up.
You better. It's going to be good. Well, let's thank Lecrae one more time for coming out here.